I know what's going through your mind. What's going through your mind is you're thinking to yourself, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Because this is what we do when we cannot comprehend how quickly our future is going to change. You know, a survey was done of young people as to why they're not camping. A survey was done as to why they're not enjoying the outdoor experience. Because they can't charge their iPhones. Did you witness what happened up in New York City with Hurricane Sandy? Did you witness the number of people who were setting up public USB charging stations because the biggest concern that a lot of people had in getting through this tragedy was they couldn't recharge their mobile devices because their mobile devices were their lifeline to the outside world? And think about this survey of young kids as to why they won't camp. 38% of them won't camp because they can't charge their gadgets. Isn't that absolutely staggering? Absolutely staggering to think about. 28% won't camp because they can't watch TV. 22% worry about the lack of a mobile signal. You know, they're going to lose touch. They won't be plugged into these social networks of which they are part. 16% because they won't be able to use their hairstyling appliances. Really? Absolutely fascinating to think about. 47% would enjoy camping more if they had a charging point for their gadgets. Now look, the consumer is changing. This next generation camper is ultimately wired. You know, text messaging is a part of their life. We might react that this is the dumbest thing we have ever heard. And maybe it is, you know, for those of us who are baby boomers, but it is a reality. And then there's glamping. Have you heard of glamping? Glamorous camping. Absolutely fascinating trend where, you know, what is happening is all, you know, entire luxuries in an outdoor setting. You know, where people are expecting, you know, the ultimate high-end luxury experience. Do a search for glamping online. It's absolutely fascinating in terms of what you can see. And we can sit back and we can react, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. That's not how we go forward into the future. And so why, you know, is there so much change occurring? Because the camper is changing. And clearly there's been a recognition at KOA that if the camper is changing, what we need to do to ensure that we are an innovative organization is we are keeping up with the trends and we are delivering on their expectations. And boy, oh boy, as we deliver on those expectations, we discover an absolutely fascinating new thing happens with our revenue. World-class innovators keep up with tremendous change. And you know, what we know is that the expectations and the wants and the desires of the typical existing and potential, only 16% of Americans today are camping. The potential KOA visitor will continue to increase. Their expectations are only going to increase in terms of what they want you to deliver. And those expectations are going to accelerate in terms of how quickly they change.